Charge more and make better margins. Nicole did, and she made $30,000 more. So last week, Nicole, one of my clients, put a post into our Facebook group called the Toolbox, which is a private Facebook group for our clients. And she was sharing a win, right? We posted it on our Facebook page to show off that the coaching works, and then it made Nicole and her business an extra $30,000 of profit in one go, which is always nice to show off about. So thanks, Nicole, for sharing. I want to explore it because there are some lessons for all of you. So first, here's what happened. We spent some time in one of our coaching sessions looking at the numbers for the business, partly because a big project was coming up and they were putting together a proposal for it, and they wanted to figure out how to price it. They were very aware that in the past they've underpriced jobs and run rather lean and had been left without making much money after doing all that work. And that's lesson one. It's really easy to do that. It's really easy to second guess yourself, price a bit low, end up working very hard and not making much. Lots of trades businesses do this, work really hard, run around, all the stuff's happening, people are being paid, and you as the business owner kind of aren't really making much more than wages. And it can be a risky position, a few mistakes and you can end up making not much at all or losing money. So Nicole's dad, is not wanting to underquote, but he's also scared of overquoting and not winning the job. And I imagine that's a familiar feeling for everybody too. Nobody wants to overquote and be told you're too expensive, you didn't get the job. So we looked at the numbers for the business as a whole, specifically the costs, right? We wanted to understand what the labour costs really are. We wanted to understand what the overheads are. And we looked at how much this job, which is about a 4-month job, I think, has to make on top of labour and materials to cover 4 months' worth of overheads. It was quite a lot, right? And that's a number that it's easy to ignore, the overheads of the business, the fixed costs. We went through the quote and we applied what their actual labour costs were to each portion of the construction. We added enough margin to cover those overheads and the materials we added. We had enough margin to cover the overheads, to cover some contingency, to cover some project management work, which was going to end up having to be done, and we added some profit. And it was about $180,000. Dad didn't feel like he could charge more than $150,000. He had a preconceived idea of what he could charge, which was not based on these numbers, on the actual costs of building the thing. It was based on a similar build he did several years ago that was 150. And he felt like he couldn't be much more than that. He felt like precedent had been set. Now, Dad's no idiot, but he feels this pressure. Even before he goes to his customer with the fair price that we worked out based on facts and real knowledge, before he even goes there and sees their response, he's feeling that pressure. He's putting that pressure on himself. He's already second guessing the estimates in our process to try and get them down to his magic but imaginary number. So you know what happened, I've told you already, right? Understanding the numbers, the true costs, and getting really clear and really confident that they were real, that helped him be brave, and it helped him go confidently to his customer and say, it's 180,000, feeling like that was fair and reasonable and right and truly reflective of the costs and a fair profit for the company, and the customer agreed without batting an eyelid. So lesson one was that feeling the pressure to be cheaper and the fear that if you're not cheap enough you'll lose out is a very real thing. We all feel it. Lesson two is that knowledge helps. If you truly know what the costs are and that your price is fair, it's a lot easier to resist that fear, isn't it? And ask for some more money. And lesson three is that your customers don't just buy what's cheapest. That's not even close to how it is. They buy trust and confidence and relationships, and they buy this certainty that they're going to get what they want, right? They just want to be sure that the price is going to be okay. Most customers don't want to buy the cheapest thing, don't want to screw you down to the very bottom. Might feel like that sometimes, but actually that's very rare. These guys didn't question his price. Either his customers had no idea, or, what's more likely, he was in the ballpark of what they were expecting, so they were sweet with it. So please do your numbers. Understand your costs. Understand the prices in your market and where you sit, if you can. And be confident. Charge enough. if I'm your coach, I'll help you do all those things, right? If you work with me, you will understand your numbers in your business. And I will try very hard to help you make sure you charge enough to run your business profitably. Now, if you want to talk to me about that, you know what to do. Book a 10-minute chat. It's called a filter call. If you're not ready for that yet, why don't you consider the next Tools Down workshop? That's the 2-day workshop where I explain the whole framework, including knowing what your numbers are. See you later.